Hi guys, my name is Sandy. My handles are Sandy Does on all social platforms. I think my first video I wanted to talk about failures. I wanted to talk about my past failures and things that I didn't succeed in, things that I thought I would be able to succeed at but didn't, and it didn't work out. However, it didn't stop my journey to becoming my best self. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm a bit nervous, so please forgive me and give me some grace. Over the past 5 years, I've started probably four separate businesses, 3 legally registered businesses, but 4 in total, where I have failed at all 4. Oh my God. It is hard to admit when, you try your best at something and it doesn't work out and you don't succeed. That really, really sucks. So, I did want to speak about it because a lot of people say, oh, people make entrepreneurship look so luxurious. It's easy. It's not easy at all. And it's a learning strive. So you just have to take the beatings and shrug it off and keep it pushing. And that's the life of entrepreneurship. I like to refer to myself as a serial entrepreneur. If I hear about the business, it sounds good, it makes me feel good, I know that I can handle it, I go for it. However, I've realized that starting a business is not only about making money, but about doing something that you love with all your heart. So when you do something that you love and enjoy doing, you do it without even realizing it, and it doesn't become a job anymore, but it becomes something that is just a part of you, second nature to you. That's why people that's why cosmetology is so big and things of that sort. But me and my career background has been like dealing with children. So I've done nannying and teaching and daycares and paraprofessionals. So I've done a lot of things centering around children and special education health. So let's get into those failed businesses. My beautiful life story. So yeah, my first failed business was probably, I would say, Darlie Armoire, which is a clothing brand that I started in college. I was taking a business class and we were supposed to do a business plan, a mock business plan, but I decided to take it outside of the classroom and start an actual business plan. My professor loved it. She thought I was doing an amazing job. However, I feel like the only thing that led to my failure was myself, me. Nobody else, no economy, no nothing. I can blame it on everything that I want to be. Ultimately, it all boiled down to me. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, I feel like I hit like a little bit of a crisis where I was trying to figure out who I was, where I wanted my life to go, what I wanted to do with it. My mom was sick. So there was a lot going on, and I can blame it on everything in my environment. But ultimately, it was me. I decided to give up. I didn't care as much as I should have been caring. I didn't post as much. I didn't give it 100%. So it led to the failure of that business. Could I still go back into that business and revamp and get new clothes and keep going at it? I could. However, I feel like my life is just moving in a completely different direction. I would have to revamp that whole business and just scratch it out and start over. So second business, we got my cooking business. I used to cook a lot of food and sell. I'm Haitian, so I used to cook a lot of Haitian Creole inspired cuisines. I had a best friend, her nationality, she was Trinidadian, and her mom taught me a lot about their culture. So my style of cooking is a mixed blend of my Creole side and the Trinidadian mom that influence a lot of my cooking dishes. So my, dishes were really unique and people really gravitated towards it. Again, boiled down to my mom being sick. So I initially started the business with my mom. So when she started to get sick, on days that I had to cook, I had to essentially cook all the food myself, and demand became too much, took too much of a toll on me. And I think emotionally it brought this sadness into me, where every time I was cooking in the kitchen and my mom wasn't there, it made me super, super depressed. So I went on for maybe about a month and a half or 2 doing it myself. And then I essentially just stopped doing it, and people were demanding Sandy, and I was selling out like this. So it was successful. However, what word am I looking for? Consistency. My lack of consistency led to my demise. So, second business down the drain. Third business would be Mayo, which is a Creole word for shirt. started it as an inspiration for my Haitian Creole background. I am Haitian to the bone. I speak the language, passed it down to my son, got married in Haiti, traveled to Haiti all the time. I love being Haitian. It is a part of my identity, and I identify as a Haitian woman, even though I was not born in the country. I get a lot of hate for that. I don't care. I'm Haitian. So I wanted to, play back on that Haitian side of me. So I used to have sayings with just the mayo, which got confused with mayo, which made it difficult to brand. And then I would have quotes that I would come up with, or things that were inspirational to uplift people. Mayo didn't take off, and in the midst of mayo, I started going through a lot of turmoils at home, marriage, with just everything. It was just a lot going on. There was a lot of shift going on in my life that mayo ended up taking the back burner of my interests, and I had to get a real job. And that's the part of entrepreneurship that a lot of people don't speak about. I had to get a job, a real job, so I could get real money. Where it's just like, yes, I went to a pop-up shop and I made $250 or $300. However, my bills are not $250. So the reality and the highs of the business was just not correlating. They were not working together cohesively. So first piece of advice in this video is to keep your job. When you're starting out your business, keep a job. Keep a 9 to 5 only until you start getting to the place that you want to be, the consistency that you want to be. So that's my first piece of advice. So now we're down to my last venture as an entrepreneur was to be a car dealer. Oh my God, I'm laughing at myself because I sold cars. I sold cars for a whole 9 months. I had goals. I achieved them, and after I achieved them, it just felt like, again, every time I sold a car, I was paying off bills, which left me going from check to check. So I would sell a car, pay off a bill, and then take half of that to buy another car, and it just kept going in a cycle where it just wasn't making sense after a while, where I was just very, 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 very discouraged. I looked into getting a lot, and it was just a lot to say the least. So fell into a little bit of a depression there, and I just stopped. And I feel like for the past 9 months, I have stopped and evaluated a lot of things. For a big chunk of those months, I was in a deep depressive state. Where I just felt like a failure. I felt like everything that I touched was failing around me. However, in the past few months, I have been slowly but surely understanding that my failures help me to understand so much in so many different markets that it's crazy. I'm like full of information. So I think I want to censor the first few episodes of my channel about my failures, about the things that made me an imperfect human being so I can be the person that I am today. Because at the end of the day, through these failures, I had a lot of successes. It's not that I wasn't making money, or I didn't have money, or I didn't do things that I didn't imagine that I could do. I did a lot of traveling throughout this time. I learned a lot about different markets, different textures about clothing, different vendors. I know so much information that I could potentially be helping somebody that's probably facing the same things that I am right now, and that didn't have the information that I have. So what I will be doing for the next few episodes, I'll be giving some vendor information, some things that I learned, some do's and don'ts, some things that I learned. It doesn't mean that I have answers to it all, but I can only learn from my experiences, what I've been through. Because I know people that sell vendor lists that contain AliExpress vendors that people could just search up themselves, and it doesn't really help you to succeed. But I feel like knowing the ins and outs will help you to know like what to look for to when you are feeling discouraged, how to lift up your spirit, how to take a step back and realize like, what can I do, and do I really enjoy this, and how can I keep going. And my second piece of advice is not to give up. So now it may sound like I gave up all of these times. I gave up on those specific businesses, but I did not give up on the dream of being a successful businesswoman. And I will be that successful businesswoman in due time. So a lot of times we tend to rush God's timing, and God gives us a lot for us to succeed in life, but we cannot rush his time, and we cannot rush what he got for us. What is for you is going to be for you. Whether it took you 10 years to get there or 30 years to get there, you're going to get there. You just have to be patient enough to go through those trials and tribulations, those bumpy roads that teach you a lesson. Don't go over that lesson. And I learned something about myself, that I run away from things that get too difficult. And that is a big issue. So that's something that I'm working for. And another thing is that I am scared of my success. I think of something, I plan it out, I execute it, and then it succeed, and I'm shocked. Like, I don't know what to do with all the success, or I don't know how to embrace what God already promised me. So that's one of the things that I'm working on with my relationship with God, so he can reassure me, and I can reassure myself to know that if I ask him for it, he prepared me for it, and I get ready for it and do what I need to do to reach my goal. So any entrepreneurs out there that are not where they wanted to be, or not succeeding at the rate that you expected it to, take it easy. Give yourself some grace. It's okay to fail. Failure is not always a bad thing. And through your failure, I hope you're learning some essential lessons, because they're teaching you something. Everything about life is teaching you something. Every time we wake up, we breathe, we step outside, it's teaching you something. You have to learn something daily in order for us to grow as human beings. I love you guys, and I pray that we make some beautiful friendships together. And I pray that you can learn something from my videos, and I can learn something from you guys. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day wherever you are. And failure is not the end of your story, but your failure is the beginning of your success. I love you guys.